today's February episode of Fandom Feature, we're actually going to be talking about a Transformers movie. And believe it or not, it is one that is not created or directed by Michael Bay. No. We're talking about the 1987 animated film starring all of the voices from the actual cartoon, as well as additional voices including Leonard Nimoy, John Machida, Eric Idle, Judd Nelson, and the late, great Orson Welles, just to name a few. So, this actually takes place in the middle of the television show. As a matter of fact, this movie came out in 1987, and it was just after the 4th season of the Transformers. And from what I've known, because it's been such a long time since I've seen the series, this movie paved the way for the final season of Transformers. And in this, there's a massive war between the Decepticons and the Autobots, obviously, but this time it seems that the Decepticons are going to have the upper hand because there are some major battles and major turning points in the war between the two robot races that all of a sudden things are looking pretty bleak. But Optimus Prime reveals a very important secret about the matrix of leadership, and that it is going to be the way that lights the darkest hour for the Autobots, and they will pull out a victory. So, as someone who watched this show when I was a kid, I am very surprised that I even was unaware that this movie even existed. I didn't see this movie until I was in college, and I gotta say that it is definitely one of the coolest movies that I've ever seen. It is beautiful to look at. It's got a powerful score from Vince DiCola, not to mention some amazing songs from the great Stan Bush, and even there's a song from Weird Al Yankovic thrown in there. But there is so much action, there is great character development, and crazily enough, there's even some cursing in this movie. You just gotta look for those 2 curse words that are within the film. And it also is very, very fast-paced. A lot of stuff is thrown at you from beginning to end. But I've gotta say that it is definitely fun. It's also a very serious movie. For an animated movie, I was absolutely surprised with how some of the moments in this film were very heavy-hitting and very emotional. But this is definitely a movie that really should be seen if you are an animation fan, if you are a nostalgic 80s kid. This is definitely something that you are going to love. This was a time when companies were just turning some of the great cartoons of the time into films, and they weren't necessarily even big budget, because along with this one, there was a Care Bears movie, 2 Care Bears movies as a matter of fact, a My Little Pony movie, a G.I. Joe movie. This is definitely one of the best animated films that I have ever seen. It is such a great film to watch. Definitely check it out if you haven't, and it will definitely put all of your hatred towards Michael Bay, maybe not entirely to rest, but it will definitely sweep it under the rug, if only for a good 15 minutes. But anyway, those are my thoughts on Transformers the movie, everybody. I would love to hear what you have to say, especially if you have seen it. And if you haven't seen it, I would love to see some comments in the coming weeks if this video enticed you to go take a look at the movie for yourself. But in the meantime, I will see you in the next one. Hey, thank you so much for stopping by my channel today. If you're new here and want to see more of what my channel has to offer, please click on the link to my last video, or hit that subscribe button to be kept up to date with all of my uploads. Content of all sorts is posted here quite often, so trust me, you do not want to fall behind. I will see you in the comments, and actions speak louder than words.